So let me share again my screen. Okay, now it's done. So let's start here. First of all, I will give you just a very, very brief explanation about dRural. So this is an European project. It started in 2021. The project counts with 31 partners from 11 European countries. The project aims to co-develop and roll up a digital marketplace of services for people in rural areas. So it aims to create new jobs and new opportunity for economic growth and quality of life improvement in these specific regions, rural areas. So for this, of course, many things since 2021 have been developed. But dRural also aims to expand its concept to demonstrate the benefits and impacts outside of the consortium. So internally, we have been developing a platform, a digital platform, and creating a marketplace to offer simple and complex services. But of course, it's necessary to validate and to expand the concept to other regions. That's why we offer this opportunity for mirror regions that we call mirror regions in order to replicate this solution outside the consortium. So the project will select 8 regions in order for them to replicate the platform and of course develop their own services and marketplaces according to the specific needs. But what is a mirror region? What we call mirror region? Mirror regions are a region outside of the consortium because internally we have been demonstrating this solution in 4 different regions around Europe. So the mirror region will replicate this platform, but this region is not necessarily part of the consortium. That is the most interesting part because we would like to see how this solution will work in different contexts. So in order to make it more easy for different regions to improve their services and marketplaces according to its geography needs. Who is eligible in this call? There are 2 types of applicants that are eligible. You can go for a single application. So in this project, a mirror region can be represented by private or public entities that we call regional promoters. And of course, these entities can be local promoters, local associations, local innovation hubs, NGOs, Chamber of Commerce, non-profit foundations, municipalities, city halls, SMEs, etc. So this what we call regional promoter will develop the platform and play the role of a digital promoter to provide the services in the region. Of course, they will receive this company, the regional promoter will receive support from our team of partners. The second type is a consortium. Imagine that a regional promoter is a facilitator of the region. They have been working a lot with this region, but they don't have the skill to develop from a more technical perspective a digital platform. So they can compose a consortium that is composed of a regional promoter and an SME that will be responsible for developing the platform from a technical perspective in order to come on board and develop the platform and of course the marketplace. So the type of support that the companies in the consortium will receive. The first of all, of course, you are going to develop a digital platform and our technical team of partners will support you in doing that with, for example, giving some directions and answering questions and listen to some reflections The process of designing a sustainable business model, you will also receive some support on it. The recruitment of service providers and the marketing action towards end users. So you receive some support, of course. The company will be responsible for developing everything. But of course, since it's a project that has a concept, you receive business and technical support to develop the solution. So regarding the funding, here we have two types of funding. But first, we will bring on board 8 meter regions. The funding, sorry, will be 60,000 euros for a single application, only the regional promoter that will be responsible for developing the platform and the marketplace, and the 120,000 euros for consortium application of regional promoters and SMEs that will be responsible for developing the platform from a technical perspective. And the companies will be engaged with the project for 9 months. Here is just the timeline. I included here the complete timeline, but here you just need to pay attention to very specific dates. That is the end of the call. So we are receiving now submissions and until the April 13th. And the start of the deployment of the projects will be in June. And the companies will be engaged with us until February 29th, end of February of 2024. So just to finish here, how to apply? You just need to go to the dRural website and try to click there, read all the information, because we have a lot of information there. Sorry. Read carefully the open call documents, open call text, and guideline for applicants, because here I'm providing you a summary, but there you have all the complete information about the open call rules and the opportunities. So elaborate your answers when you fill the form, because it will be very important for evaluators to check all the answers and to understand what are your goals, objectives in developing the dRural solution in your regions. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us on X-Success platform. Here is the link, but on the website you will have all the information and the links to get there. So as I mentioned, the applications are open until April 13th. So, and don't miss out this opportunity. So thank you. And now I'm going to stop sharing here, because now we'll have Roberto in order to explain you about the dRural platform. So the floor is yours, Roberto.
So thank you very much, Luisa. I believe we have a question right now in the chat. I do not know if you want to answer first or leave it to...
Yes, you can move on and I will answer here in the chat.
Okay, perfect. So I will start by sharing my screen. Let me find the presentation. So here it is. Now I'm moving full size. Okay, I believe it's working right now. So hello everyone, my name is Roberto Jimenez. I'm the technical coordinator in dRural. I'm coming from a technology SME based in Spain called Europe Creative. And our role in dRural is to take care of the coordination of the technical developments and to ensure that we deliver as we promised to the European Commission. Today, I'm here to explain what are the technical concepts behind the dRural Mirror Regions call, what is the technology meta platform, and how it is composed of different modules, and how it works, also the issue of the complex services. So what we are delivering here in dRural is a meta platform based on technology web standards It is based also on open standards. The interfaces are open based on MIMS standards. And it has been tailor-built in the frame of the project for the delivery of service in rural areas. It means that it can be used for other issues, but its main focus in the frame of the rural is the delivery of services. I want also to point that part of this platform, this composition of modules is or will be offered as open source, while other part, especially the core meta platform, it is proprietary software, but it can be used based on open standards. So here you have an architecture of what is the overall composition of the meta platform. So as I was saying, we have one part that is the core meta platform, that it provides the, let's say, more advanced capabilities and more advanced support for delivering advanced complex services. And these are mainly the integrated artificial intelligence, the big data capabilities, and the context broker for working with IoT devices. And then we have interfaces that interact with the final users and with the developers. One of them is the dRural marketplace, that is the visible part of all the core meta platform. Then the developer side, that is the portal for the developers to use the core meta platform in order to build complex services. The API gateway that implements the open standards based on MIMS for interacting with the overall meta platform. And then the IoT agents, that is where the IoT devices use this functionality for accessing the core meta platform. Here we have this description of the blocks I was saying. I will not repeat myself, just you will have here in the slides for checking and for your perusal, but basically it is the four main parts: the marketplace, that is the visible part; the core meta platform, that is the part implementing the complex services, most advanced capabilities. Then we have the API gateway, that is the part implementing the standards, that is the part you will connect to, and the portal for the developers, the SDK. So how is this meta platform, this software, going to be deployed in each of your regions in case you are selected for funding? So currently we only support Amazon Web Services as the base infrastructure for deployment, both for the marketplace and the core meta platform. This is the part or the infrastructure we are providing support during the course of your pilot. Then after your pilot, you will be able, or if you want, you can move the marketplace to another infrastructure, and you can deploy on Azure, or you can deploy in your own servers. That is possible. And for the core meta platform, it always will be running in Amazon Web Services. Okay, so this is specifically the part that is proprietary software, and it only runs in Amazon. It is important also to bear in mind that the cost of the servers in Amazon, that part is borne directly by each pilot. And our calculations, our computation so far is that the cost is around 500 to 700 per month. Okay. I also want to point that the marketplace, the API gateway, will be free during and after the project. So you will be able to use it once the project is over at no cost. But for the core meta platform, once the dRural project is over, you will have a license fee, but it will be a reduced license fee specifically for the mirror region. So you will not pay the full market price, but you will pay a much reduced price for that. So what will be the selected proposals having when starting the project? So you will receive support for deployment and running the platform. For example, the core meta platform, it will be deployed specifically by the partners in dRural, and the marketplace most likely will do so, and will teach you how to do it and how the different configuration needs to be set up. You will have also access to all the training material, all the manuals, and you will also have 2 webinars in order to learn how to deploy and to learn how to operate the core meta platform, the marketplace, and everything. And in return, what we will be asking from you is to provide feedback, to let us know any bug, to let us know things that can be improved, or things that need to be changed in order to provide support for your complex services and your marketplace. So we are all the time speaking about simple complex services, and here I have a few slides of explanation about what this means. So on one side we have the simpler services that they are specifically tailored for advertising, simple, let's say, services that they do not need advanced IT capabilities. And here you can think of a bulletin board where the services they are posted, and with a little more of IT, they can be both, and they can be also reserved. And let's say the profile of the user of these simple services is solo entrepreneur, is small SMEs that they do not have IT capabilities. On the other side, we have complex services. They require, let's say, IT capabilities. They require people able to develop and to code, and they will provide advanced capabilities to the market and to the final users. And here I mean IoT, I mean AI recommendation or big data. And these are the services making use of the core Meta platform advanced functionalities. So here we have some examples about how the dRural marketplace should look like in a mobile, and you can see here how the services they are advertised, and how it also can be purchased, or you can communicate with the seller, or you have a small description of what is the service. And this is already working, and you will be able to test it in the different dRural instances before actually run it in your own one. And then we have the complex services, and this is, let's say, the important part of the dRural project, because here the call it was aimed at providing interoperability of services from different data platforms. And for this, what we are asking is that your complex service, it integrates another data platform existing and working, and you can interact with data there. And also that you deliver, let's say, new value to the market. And here, for example, we have different examples of what it could be: a complex service, a multi-purpose rider service that connects to another providers, includes information from IoT sensors, for example, that could be an example, or a booking facility with smart keys. So it also integrates IoT devices, or counting the amount of people in areas or in facilities from city halls for tourist applications. So these are some examples. There are many more that they are being put forward by the different consortium partners, and later you will see, for example, the ones from one of the demonstrator regions right now in the consortium from our partner, Andre. So in a nutshell, I'm providing here a summary of what is a complex service for you to take that into account in your application. So the first important point is that a complex service must interact with an external data platform. That is the purpose of the European Commission with funding dRural, and we must abide to that. And at the same time, it must obviously interact with the dRural core Meta platform in order to provide advanced functionalities and to provide feedback to us. We expect that you have clear idea what is your complex service in your application, that you have at least defined how it is going to work and what it is going to do, and maybe a couple of screenshots of the design. And also, it is not a must that the complex services uses IoT. Okay, if they are there, it is fine. But if your complex services does not use IoT or sensors, it's not an issue. We do not want complex services being copied from other marketplaces and just directly translated to the dRural marketplaces. So we expect that you perform some work, that you will be performing some, let's say, advance or provision of additional value in order to build a complex service that is, let's say, specific from the dRural, and that we can say that is ours. Another point is that the complex service, let's say, entry point is the marketplace. So any user, any buyer will look for your complex service in the rural marketplace. Of course, you can advertise it elsewhere, but the entry point for the rural users will be our marketplace. And we expect that you have a clear exploitation model for your complex service and that you are able to make money out of it. My colleague David will explain a bit more about this. But at the end of the project, as you saw, you will have to burn the cost of the service. You will have to burn a license fee from the core meta platform. So you are expected to make money out of it. And then about the documentation of the SDK and the technologies, the SDK documentation will be available for the winners of the open call. We will provide all the documentation there. I mean, at this moment, this cannot be provided open because it's let's say, draft mode and it is still work in progress. So unfortunately, we cannot provide the full information of this. You have pretty much similar and valuable information that is the FIBO user manual, and I believe this is online. And there you can find almost, I would say, all the endpoints and all the functionalities you can expect from the core meta platform. This document is a bit more, let's say, stable. It is a bit older also, but it is the one that we are providing for the open call. And the technology is based on is web technologies. So it is HTTP, it is JSON. I mean, it is the standard technologies used basically mostly on Fireware technologies. So if you are familiar with Fireware, this is the technology stack that has been used for building the core meta platform. And for the marketplace, the let's say base technology, it is Salyor. That is also open source, and you can also find more information about that. We do not expect also any change in the marketplace during the course of the project, but if you want to check and to better understand how it works, it can be checked also online. And I believe that's all that I have for my presentation. Yes.
Okay, so thank you, Roberto. There are some more questions on the chat. Maybe during the presentation of the video, you can answer that. So thank you for that very much.
Well, thank you.
Regarding, so David, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Just to share my screen. Okay, can you hear me well?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, so as Roberto, my colleague, has mentioned, it is important to develop sustainable businesses around the dRural platform and the complex services. So today I will just briefly introduce what type of support you may expect if selected from the dRural consortium. Let's just do one step back and look at what are the expected impacts that we have in the rural projects. Definitely one of the main expected impacts is to create business opportunities in rural areas through the digitization of services. The dRural platform will allow you to do so, and we will support you in developing these business opportunities and making them as wide as possible. A bit more into specific, what does it mean to create business opportunity? It means to develop innovative business models. It means also to bridge the digital gap that there is in the rural regions in Europe. It means that through the rural platforms and the services on the rural platform, you will improve the rural quality of life of the citizens in those areas. And it also means that you will be able to create business opportunities for those citizens. We also want to look always at what are the Europe's Green Deal goals in terms of sustainability and to enhance the innovation capacities of the SMEs that will use such platform in your region. dRural is well aware of the expected impacts that we must achieve by the end of the project. Therefore, we have set in place a certain number of actions to maximize the impact of the project in the various regions, the ones that are already part of the project and the ones that will be joining the project through the open call. We are also periodically evaluating the impact of the project. And so we will do the same with the partners that are joining the project through the open call. Specifically, let's now look at what are the actions that we are gonna implement for the partners, the third parties joining through the open call. This is a brief overview of the business transformation team, which will provide the mirror regions with concrete building blocks, helping you to create sustainable and impactful platform businesses. As you know, 8 mirror regions will join the dRural project in June 2023. I will not go over again the rules as they have been already mentioned, but what is important to understand is that there is a clear challenge on delivering solid results in such short time, because each mirror region needs to deliver a sustainable platform business model for a marketplace with compelling services, based on an understanding of the regional ecosystem that aims to create impact. We see here already several challenges. The first one is the sustainable business model. The second one is to have compelling services on it, but also have a very good understanding of the regional ecosystem. And these three aspects combine in order to create impact. Considering that there is a short time frame for the mirror regions, especially if compared to the demonstrator regions that are already part of the project, the mirror regions and the project partners, especially the ones that are part of the business transformation team, must act effectively and efficiently in these months. The business transformation team hence integrates related work activities in a lean and mean fashion to assist you. As you see today, I'm not talking about different work packages, different tasks, but basically I will just talk about different, let's say, domains and different activities that come together to help you in the leanest way. The BTT comprises 3 partners team, so the University of Twente, RISE, and Boundaryless, and integrates the expertise on stakeholder engagement, ecosystem development, impact and business models, and platform thinking. Hence, it will be a multidisciplinary support that will offer you what we call bite-sized chunks in a feasible yet logical flow. Of course, this information will not be too extended, but we'll try to be as efficient as possible and as helpful as possible. As you can see here, the idea is that by delivering you support on business modeling, stakeholder engagement, and ecosystem development and platform development, we will be able to maximize the impact of the mirror regions. Here, very shortly, is the team that will be part of the BTT. You have the team of stakeholder engagement and ecosystem development, mostly coming from the University of Twente, led by Yasin. Then you have the impact team, consisting of the University of Twente and Icons, led by Michelle. And then you have the 2 teams of business modeling and platform development. Business modeling consisting of RISE team members, and the platform development team consisting of Boundaryless team members. So what could you expect from the BTT? You can expect support, a kind of funneled approach, where at the beginning, more general knowledge, it is provided on self-studies module on the dRural Academy. Then there will be webinars, so digital interaction with the dRural support team. These webinars are online sessions with more in-depth knowledge, let's say, and offers you the opportunities for discussions with the dRural support teams and other promoters. Then there will be a phase of planned coaching, so coaching support based on specific needs of each mirror regions. Here we are discussing about one-on-one sessions with focus on the specific tasks of each mirror region. And finally, there is some ad hoc support, so support that you may require from your side based on your needs and based on the team members of the BTT that you would like to talk to. Here you can see again a more like streamlined design where at the base you have more general knowledge, and as you move upwards you will have more specific knowledge and more tailored support to your needs. It is a very detailed slide that I will not focus on so much. It's just to tell you and to let you know that we have a well-planned work plan, let's say. So all the activities are scheduled already for the various months of implementation activities for the mirror regions. You can see that at the beginning we will start with a virtual presentation and a dRural crash course, and at the end we will focus more on platform business modeling and one-on-one activities in order for you to have the best support possible. The dRural crash course will help you and the mirror regions to understand the dRural project in further depth compared to today's webinar. Then you will have the possibility of going through a quick scan where the diagnostic of key aspects of the regional ecosystem, and in order to estimate what building blocks need specific attention. And then at the end, all these building blocks that happen in the next months will help the mirror regions to flourish, while simultaneously are structured in such a way that the mirror regions can use the building blocks directly into their deliverables. As probably mentioned already before, you will have 3 deliverables, on which the final one is also about the KPI of the achieved results and the achieved impact. Thank you. I hope that this was, helpful for you to understand what type of business support you will be getting in the future if selected. And if you have any question, please let me know.
Okay, so thank you very much for your presentation, David. So now we are going to move to André's presentation to talk about a bit about the region. So
sounds good. Morning. Sharing the screen, please let me know if you can see.
yes, I can see your presentation already.
Perfect. All right, good morning. So my name is André Fiallo. I'm a member of the Gelderland-Midden region as part of the organization Pack Care. So we are acting as a co-promoter for the region, and today's presentation will be sharing a bit about our experience as a region participating in this dRural project, and telling you a bit more about the services and how our project is taking shape in the context of this dRural initiative. So Gelderland-Midden is a region in the center north eastern side of the Netherlands. You can see here it's very close to the border of Germany. It's a rural area, perhaps not as rural in terms of European general terms, but very much rural in terms of the Dutch reality. So it's a region where there's relatively low population density. The population with advanced age is quite high in a relative basis, and the annual income is quite lower than the average income for the rest of the country. So this region is facing a few major challenges. So due to the aging of the population and the prevalence of chronic conditions related to that aging, the demand for healthcare is growing very rapidly. as a consequence, also the waiting times for healthcare are putting increased pressure on the system. So the whole region is very much focused on how to enable better collaboration between the different care intervenants, parties, in not only in the traditional healthcare sector, but also on the social and welfare sectors. So they could be more focused on prevention, and they could be, well, minimize the amount of care that falls to hospitals. So we really want to prevent the deterioration of care by focusing on prevention. So that's what our region has focused on for the purpose of dRural. And how we are doing it is by enabling more collaboration and more visibility between the services that are being offered in the social and welfare spaces. So there's a wide variety of services in the social and welfare spaces that have been underutilized, basically. And the visibility that citizens, but also that general practitioners or providers at hospitals, there's little visibility on the impact and on the potential that these social and welfare services can have on preventing a lot of the healthcare, a lot of the healthcare demand. So that's the focus for our region, and the concepts, the naming we've used for our marketplace is Summon Quick, Together Fit in Dutch, and in a nutshell, we see 4 key participants using Summon Quick. There will be the citizen, the consumer, who will be searching for a service in the platform. It could be a resident or a patient, a family member, but they could be also a business, we call it the seller, but some social welfare service provider, but also healthcare provider, welfare organization, a volunteer, someone in the neighborhood in that region that is willing to organize some activities for the citizens there, but also, well, software companies that can contribute with their tools to support these residents, these citizens in the region. We also see a role for what we call a referrer. So this will be a service provider that refers, that has some contact with these residents, these patients, and is able to refer them to the existing services offered in the platform. It can be a traditional healthcare provider, a doctor in a hospital, could be a general practitioner, could be a social worker, or even the municipality itself, referring certain patients or certain residents with certain needs towards social and welfare services. And a more administrative role as kind of managing and taking the platform forward is the promoter role. So on our Summon Quick platform, we have 2 types of services that will be listed. The simple services, and these will cover a wide range of domains, can be from, as I said, the traditional social welfare space, healthcare space, but also adjacent services that can help if someone is having financial trouble or that cannot easily transport itself within the region, so transportation services. So it's a wide variety of services really to help holistically in the helping citizens to live independently with good in a good way, without the deterioration of their health. This is just a snapshot of our marketplace, Summon Quick. I'll share the link at the end. In terms of the complex services, as Roberto has already mentioned, these are more complex type of services, but they are also offered in the marketplace, just like the simple services. So you'll see them advertised on the marketplace, but they make use of these more robust tools that the core Meta platform provides. In our case, and these are the 4 partners of our region, each one of the partners is developing its own complex service. Rijnstadt, which is a hospital, is developing a complex service around prevention. SVL, around improving collaboration between the region healthcare and social care providers. the municipality, the gemeente Linguar, the municipality, their focus is to promote the wider use of social welfare and health, value, and pet care as co-promoters to enable more coordination and collaboration. I will give you a bit more detail on each of the complex services. So for Heinstadt, we are concretely creating an AI, artificial intelligence-based recommendation service. So basically, the citizen fills in a questionnaire. It's called a positive health questionnaire, and based on that, the answers of that questionnaire, a subset of services will be recommended for that citizen filling in that questionnaire. For health, value, and impact care, the complex service we are building is a analytics tool that looks into the referrals that are being done within the marketplace. So which services are being used the most, or which services are being referred less, so we can understand a bit where the referrals are working well or working not so well. For SVL, their focus is to provide more evidence and more transparency around the impact of the services provided. So the idea is to build a reporting tool that allows each service in the marketplace to show what concrete health and social impact they are creating by tracking over time certain key metrics. And finally, for the municipality of Linguarde, their complex service is about creating. It is also a dashboarding tool with the purpose of also raising the transparency and evidence around what are the needs and the offering done within the Salmon Creek marketplace. Meaning, we will be able to analyze what citizens are searching for, what search terms, what search domains they're searching for. We are able to look into what services are being offered and analyze what is the gap between what is the demand and what is being offered, so that the municipality and ourselves as administrators and as promoters, we can work with the regions towards filling in the unmet demand on the marketplace. So that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you very much for your presentation, André. So I'm going to start sharing my screen again here, because now we are moving to the Q&A session. So we have a lot of time. We are advanced today. There is one question on the chat that maybe, Roberto, you can answer, to a question from Miguel Cordeiro Dias. How much will the license fee cost?
Yeah, just introduce the answer. I mean, the cost will be from, I cannot recall if it is 1.5 or 2,000 euros per month, but that's the cost that will benefit for middle regions. I mean, that will not be the full market price, that is around 10K per month, but that beneficial price will be only for the middle regions.
Okay, so perfect. Thank you, Roberto. So if there are more questions, please put on the chat, then we will answer. But there is one question that I have been received on the discussion panel in F6S that I would like to clarify. Maybe during my presentation I was not quite clear. Is that a regional demonstrator must be registered? A regional promoter must be registered in the region. For example, if you are working, you work in a consortium, the SMEs can be registered in any European country. So I will give you an example. For example, a local promoter that decides to go for the consortium and apply as a consortium. So the regional promoter must be in a region like, for example, Bavaria, Algarve, or Cáceres, in different regions. He must be registered in this region because the company will represent this region. But an SME can be from different countries around Europe, but still eligible countries. And in the documents of the call, you will find the link to check the eligible countries that are the EU members and also EU associated countries. That is a question that I received a lot in our discussion panel, and I would like to make it clear here. And regarding the payment, that I receive a lot around questions around the payment. So this is a lump sum opportunity. So 100% of the amount will be funded by the rural project. So if the funding is 60K or 120K, the company will receive the total amount. But of course, there are some deliverables and milestones that the company should present during the implementation project. And of course, if approved these deliverables, the payment will be done in installments. And all the details you can find on the documents of the call. And on the website, we also have some information there. So I don't think I have more here. If you don't have any more questions, I think we can close the session. But first, I would like to highlight that the open call is we were receiving submissions until the April 13th. So don't miss out this opportunity. Here you can see the link for our website, and there is a specific session for open calls, and there you are going to find different all the rules are there. And I can see here that Ricardo Ramiro has a question on the chat. Can an entity applying also develop a complex service? I think that's for you, Roberto.
Yes, of course. We expect, I believe that it is specified in the call that at minimum one complex service is delivered by the partners proposing, and if you deliver more, it will be additional points in evaluation.
Okay, so thank you. There is here another question. By region, do you mean an area such as southern Italy or a single region such as for Italy, Lazio? It can be both. Okay, it can be a rural area specifically, of course, because we are working on the rural topic, but it can be a larger region or a smaller region or a village, a city, but still we need to have the rural component here, but it depends on the size. On the form, you have the opportunity to fill out this information about the size of the location, about the different characteristics that you will provide us. And on the document, you have the certain definition of a region, because it's not something very close, because it depends a lot. There are different regions, a bigger region, larger regions, smaller regions, and all of them are eligible. The only thing that we should focus here is the rural topic that is very important here, that since we are providing a digital platform for rural areas in order to improve the services in these geographies, specific geographies. And there is another here from Nusa. Do we have to cover different arenas from the evaluation point of view? Yes, Roberto, maybe you can answer this, but I think we give some freedom here for the middle region to create and to develop their own arena. So now we of course they have the obligation to develop the rural platform, but the arenas are open. So Roberto, could you?
Yes, is as you are saying, Luis. I mean, we do not require any specific arena or to be any specific focus. It's up to the region to consider to offer what it is best aligned to their strategy or to its regional focus.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Any other question? No? I think it's time to do it now. But of course, if you have more questions after this session, you can go to our chat, our discussion panel, and then of course we'll be glad to answer. And here we have from Pier Francesco: at the end of the 9-month dRural period, can you decide to entrust the market to another operator, or is a period of license guaranteed in the country? Will you choose a single operator per state or more operators? So probably, Roberto, you can
I'm
help.
not understanding the question. I mean,
Yes, there is a
the-
lot of questions here.
yeah. I mean, the promoter is the person in charge of running the marketplace and the overall platform, and that role is to stay. Once the pilot is over, you can organize, or you can delegate running the platform, or you can delegate running the marketplace, or you can subcontract as you wish. But during the course of the project, we expect that the promoter is the partner doing this. Once it is over, it's up to you to decide. And what we offer or guarantee is that the cost of the core meta platform, that is the part that has a license fee, that will be for free for you until the end of dRural.
Okay.
I hope I have answered the question. If not, Pier Francesco, you are welcome to further elaborate or add anything additional. Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay. So anything else? I think we still have some time here. If you have your questions, so just put it on the chat. So I don't think that we have more questions. So as I mentioned previously, you can also reach out after the session. You can reach out to us. So on the website, you have a link to the F6S platform, and there you can put you can pose your question on our discussion panel. Thank you very much for your time. And I hope that it helps a lot for you to prepare a quality application. So it's a good opportunity, not only for us, but also for the European Commission. And of course, it will benefit the regions and people who live there to bring in new projects to improve even more existing services, or to implement and to integrate new services to these areas. So thank you very much. Regarding the information about the project, you can also follow us on social media at dRural. This session is being recorded, and it will be online on YouTube on dRural channel. You just need to type dRural and you find our channel, not only on YouTube, but also in social media. So thank you very much for your time. And as I mentioned by the third time, don't miss out this opportunity, and our submissions are open until the April 13th. So thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you all.